Good morning once again, dear students. Today we are going to learn how to attempt the comprehension passage related questions. So we are going to have a class for ISC English Paper 1 Comprehension. First and foremost, let us understand what comprehension means. Comprehension is a word which comes from comprehend, which means to understand. In order to attempt the comprehension passage, we must therefore understand. Let us now go through the basic rules for attempting the comprehension question in our English language paper. I will be discussing a few important steps which you must follow in order to successfully write all the answers which are for the questions given at the end of your comprehension passage. So let us take a quick look. You can just watch this video first. I have in this video a sample specimen paper which has only the comprehension and the questions related provided at the end of the passage. I expect all of you to attempt and solve the questions once you have watched this video. I'll be uploading the PDF file for this video immediately after you finish watching this video so that you can attempt the given passage. So let's begin. First of all, let us see what comprehension is all about. On your screen, you have an excerpt from ISC comprehension instructions. The word comprehend means to understand or to grasp. Comprehension means understanding, and one of the objectives of learning English is to understand the language and the different ways it can be used. Here, the student has to depend on his or her own reading and writing skills. So there are two things. First and foremost, you must read a passage. The passage will be an unseen one because you have not come across it before. And then you have to understand the passage. And then you have to read the questions that are followed by the passage. And then you have to understand those questions. And then look for the areas where you can find the answers in the passage. And then write your answers in your own words, using your language skills and your writing skills. This is why students are asked to read and write regularly and develop their thinking process. That's the reason why we teachers keep on telling you that you must practice, practice and practice. Grammar and language, English paper 1, cannot bring you good marks unless you practice. So let's see. Generally, there are two kinds of comprehension passages. One is factual texts. Such texts are informative and non-fiction passages. They will need specific answers and the order of questions may follow the order of the passage. And the second category, imaginative or autobiographical trends. So here you will see a wide range of questions, although the questions will still be based on facts given in the passage. Moreover, your interpretation skills will be tested. Interpretation, understanding of what you have read. Suggestions and tips for solving the questions of comprehension passage. First step, number 1, steps for reading. See, there are two things in this. One is to read and understand, another is to write the answers after understanding what the passage says. And when you write, it has to be written in correct English, proper language, in your own words, and it should be to the point also, the answers in particular. Read the passage first time to familiarize yourself with the passage and its meaning. Number 2, read the passage second time slowly so as to understand the passage more clearly. Number 3, read the passage third time. Do you notice this? First time, second time, third time. You need to read the passage thrice. And I am coming to the details of that after some time, so that you can plan your answers after thoroughly understanding it. Now, steps for writing. There are 6 steps. Your answers should be accurate, to the point, and their length should be according to the marks allotted to them. Your answers should be in complete sentences unless asked otherwise. Never wander away from the facts given in the passage. Your facts should tally with the facts of the given passage. Answer only what is asked. Number 4, for question C, make relevant points. What is question C? Question C is your summary writing. We have already discussed summary writing in our previous language class. So question C, for question C, this is the time when you are doing the comprehension. Keep relevant points aside for question C and then write your points in the form of a connected passage. That is your summary. Then number 5, errors of spelling and grammar should not be committed. Number 6, use the skill of selection and condensation while writing. Now, other suggestions and tips: obey instructions, otherwise there will be unnecessary deduction in your marks. Don't be in a hurry. If you have been reading and writing English daily, you will be naturally fast without being in hurry. This is the biggest problem of the students of St. James, because we love to talk only in vernacular language. We don't like to read any additional book other than what is prescribed in the syllabus. Book reading as a habit has disappeared completely. And we don't want to write even a single line of English unless we are forced to. So as long as we cannot change this habit, as long as we do not get into the habit of reading and writing English regularly, for the report writing video that I had made, I had mentioned this very clearly, that for being able to write effective reports, you must read the daily newspaper and you must practice, you must write. Watch the English news channels, read the English newspapers, write, practice in English. Otherwise, nobody can help you, not even God. So, write your points in the form of a connected passage is only possible if you can write it with your own skills, language skills and writing skills. So, next is learn the art of shortening your answers. Brevity is as important as expansion. So, don't elaborate so much that you run out of time. Comprehension questions don't carry more than 2 marks, sometimes maybe 2.5 or 3 marks. So don't spend time in writing elaborate and lengthy answers. Particularly, the girls have this bad habit more than the boys. I have noticed over the years, the tendency of some of the girl students is that they keep on writing and writing unnecessarily. My dear, it's not going to fetch you extra marks. The marks are limited. You are wasting your valuable time. And if you are wasting time, you won't be able to finish your paper in time. Or you may not be able to do justice to other questions where you need to write more. For example, the composition, that is essay or the report or the proposal. You will lose out on time. Or you may not be able to complete your summary writing following the proper steps as I had taught in the previous video in the previous class. So if you are wasting time, you are actually proving yourself foolish. So don't do it. Please see the marks and write. Then be careful about time limit. Complete your writing work 10 minutes before the given time. In this way you can revise. This is 10 minutes before the completion of 3 hours for your paper. So that you can revise. I have seen that in the examination hall we have to snatch the papers. Even after stop writing is said, even after the bell goes, there are people still writing. Though not all, there are exceptional cases also. There are students who have completed all the answers and they are waiting to submit the paper. I have such students also, but then there are some who simply want to keep on writing and simply wouldn't want to give the paper. This happens only when you don't know how to budget your time. I'm sorry to say there are many among you who are like that. So change your ways and budget your time. 10 minutes before the given time. In this way you can revise, check spellings and grammar and save yourself from losing marks unnecessarily. Remember, there is no excuse for spelling mistakes in any paper whatsoever. Any paper, any subject. Any subject teacher can deduct marks if he or she finds spelling mistakes in your paper. Whether it is your English paper, whether it is your accounts, commerce, economics, physics, chemistry, bio, any subject. Take any subject of your course. Any teacher who checks your paper has equal right to deduct marks if your spellings are wrong. So spelling mistake is a serious offense and the students of class 12 are not at least expected to make such mistakes. Alright, so now let's come to some of the simplified forms. There are actually 8 steps for doing the comprehension and here I am going to discuss with you those 8 steps. So please watch and listen. Here are 8 important steps to follow for attempting comprehension questions. Number 1 on your screen. Read the given comprehension passage at least 3 times. Already mentioned in the previous set of rules. Now how will you read? I have elaborated these points for you to understand better. First reading of this passage. See how you can save time. We have talked about saving 10 minutes out of 3 hours so that we can revise the paper before we submit. How to save that time? The first reading of the comprehension passage should be completed during those first 15 minutes provided for reading the questions and everything else in the question paper. You clearly know very well that it is given on top of the question paper. An additional 15 minutes is provided for reading the question paper. Those 15 minutes, that's a long time. 15 minutes is more than enough for reading. In fact, 10 minutes is more than enough for reading the entire question paper once. As soon as you get the question paper, go through the essay topics, go through the report and proposal topics, and then come to the comprehension topic, or just go through the grammar topics first, and then quickly switch over to the comprehension passage, and then go through that passage line by line. So the first 15 minutes should be utilized for doing the first reading of the comprehension passage along with the rest of the question paper. The second reading of the entire comprehension passage should be done when you attempt the comprehension questions. Okay, now you have read the paper thoroughly in the first 15 minutes. Your time for writing has started. You have started sequentially with the essay, followed by the report, followed by the proposal. Eventually you come to the comprehension passage and start reading the passage. This is generally the 4th question in your question paper. So when you read this time, you read the questions also and then you read the passage once again. This time read slowly by understanding each and every line. Remember, first reading was a general reading at a normal speed, but now you are attempting the comprehension, so go slow. Read each and every line and understand and then move to the next line. If you come across difficult words, what will you do? Okay, there are certain words in English which you may not know the meanings of. Difficult word, what will you do? This is the method. Don't stop, but skip those difficult words and continue reading. Remember that sometimes reading the whole sentence in which that word occurs can help you understand, even if not fully, but at least partially or roughly, the meaning of that word. Because the sentence will have some relation with the word that has been used in it. So, reading that sentence, instead of stopping at the difficult word and starting to wonder, oh my goodness, I don't know the meaning of this word, what will it be, what does it mean? Don't worry, read the complete sentence. Continue reading, jump over that word and read the rest of the sentence. At least you will get some rough idea. I'm not saying it will happen always, but at least in some cases it can happen, so give it a try. This is one of the techniques. So then, next is number 5. Read each question asked after the passage and try to figure out the area of the passage from where you may find the answer. So, read the question, understand the question, what have they asked you. Now look for the area. Now remember, the questions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are in the same sequence as the answers might occur in the passage also. So when you are trying to understand the first question, when you start looking for its answer, it will be somewhere in the beginning of the passage. Maybe the first paragraph or the first or the second paragraph. When you come to the second question, it could be in the second or third paragraph area. So this is just judicious thinking. Second question obviously will come, the answer to that question will obviously come from the passage after where you found the answer of the first question. So in this way, in sequence, you will see that the entire passage has been covered and the questions have been asked. Now, once you have located the areas in the passage where you have the points for writing your answers, what will you do? Will you exactly copy the lines? Will you start writing down ditto the same lines from the passage as your answer? 90%, believe me, 90% of all students do this mistake. They start copying the lines, exact lines, and writing them down because they don't have their own writing capacity. They think that if I write exact lines from the passage, my answer will be 100% correct and I'll be getting full marks. But I'm sorry to say, comprehension is a test for your understanding and will not give you any credit if you copy lines. It will give you credit if you understand the points and if you try to write in your own words in correct English. So write each answer in your own words as far as possible. Do not use exact lines, exact phrases from the passage. Yes, maybe 1 or 2 words here or there could be exactly the same. That doesn't really matter, but the exact line and exact phrases should not be lifted from the passage and written as answer. Keep that in mind. Number 7. Do not, I told you already about this earlier, do not write lengthy answers as it only causes you to waste your valuable time. Your answers should be in accordance with the marks carried by each question. I told you already. Question carries 2 marks and you have written half a page. I have seen. And girls in particular, please, all girls be careful. Especially the ones who are, more studious and want to prove that they can write a lot. They literally go on writing. Nobody is asking you to write history in English language. History can be kept aside for history paper. We are looking for 2 marks answers, which should be a very short, brief to the point answers. So follow the marks and write your answers accordingly. Number 8, this is the last point. Make sure your answers are free from grammatical errors and spelling mistakes. Use capitalization. Wherever you begin a new sentence, begin with the capital alphabet. First letter of the first word should be capital. Use punctuations, that is comma, full stop, question mark, exclamation mark, hyphen, semicolon, colon, wherever necessary when you are writing the answers. And remember, one more point which is not mentioned here, all of you must follow it. Like I had said in case of the video which I made for summary writing or précis writing, you are not supposed to make use of quotation marks, that is open inverted commas and closed inverted commas, for writing your answers, unless the question says quote the line where the author says or where someone says. If you have been asked to quote it with quotation marks. Otherwise, anything in direct speech should always be written in indirect speech or reported speech. Now, here is a question on your screen for you, taken from the council provided question paper for the year 2019. I have downloaded and pasted it here from the council website. English language paper 1 sample paper or specimen sample paper for the year 2019-20. So this is question number 4. Remember, comprehension passage is always your question number 4, and in question number 4 there are 3 parts, A, B and C. Part A comprises those words or phrases for which you may have to find synonyms from the passage, that is similar meaning words. Part B, again you will have part A will also consist of words which you have to use in sentences of your own, using them in a different meaning and unchanged in form. So all that comes in part A. Then part B is your actual comprehension part, where they ask you direct questions from the passage which you have to answer. And part C, as already discussed earlier, is your summary or précis writing. Now here is the passage, and you can see that the council prescribed sample paper, like it happens in case of the real question paper, it has the paragraphs numbered, paragraph 1, paragraph 2 and so on. In your internal examinations, we don't number the paragraphs, but the paragraphs are clearly visible so that you can count them and see how many paragraphs there are. In case if a question says base your answer on certain paragraphs, you can always count and see. So here you have the comprehension passage, the entire passage. As you can see on your screen, some words are marked in bold and underlined because those are the words with which you have to make sentences, using them in different sense than what they have been used as in the passage. So this is the first page of the passage, then the dotted line, a second page of the question paper, paragraph numbers continue 18 to 24, 25, 26, and finally the passage comes to an end. You will see that the passage is taken from Penalty, from a book called Penalty, and then there are some words given. You can see the first set of 4 words and phrases. Here you have been asked to find synonyms from the passage. These are to be found from the passage. You have to search similar meaning words from the passage and write them. Remember, always write the answers. Questions need not be written, or these words or phrases need not be written. Just put the number A, Roman 1, part 1, answer 2, answer 3, answer 4, answer. Then second set of 4 words where you have been told to write sentences or make sentences with these words, unchanged in form but with a different meaning. So you cannot change the form. Like for example, the first word is feet. It is highlighted and underlined in the passage. If you see on your screen, paragraph 5, second line, feet, in bold, underlined, so that it is easier for you to locate it. In this way, all these words are underlined and given in bold, the ones which are again asked down below here. So feet, with feet you have to, line number is mentioned, paragraph also you have seen, so you have to make a sentence with feet. For example, here the word feet in the passage, he struggled to get to his feet. Here feet refers to part of the human body or parts of the human body, okay, and told me again to run. So feet, this is one meaning of feet, but the other meaning, we know that it means the plural of foot, a measure of length or distance. So you have to use the word feet in that sense. So suppose you have to make a sentence with FEET feet. And what is the condition given here? The word cannot be changed. Sentence should be of at least 10 words. You can see in the question there are 3 conditions you have to maintain. First is meaning should be different. So feet, measure of distance or length. I am using a different meaning. This meaning should be kept in mind. Don't write the meaning. Only you have to make the sentence. So suppose I make a sentence with 10 words. What will I write in 10 words? The sea was very deep, and I estimated that it could be deeper than 50 feet in some places near the coastline. I have more than 10 words in my sentence. I have used the word feet as feet. I have not changed it into foot. And I have used it in a meaning which is different from what it has been used as in the passage. So this first one is a sample or an example for you. The rest you must complete. Now here we come to the comprehension questions. You can see the marks. Look at the marks. As I told you, maximum 2 or 3 marks. There are only 4 questions. There are only 4 questions. 2 plus 2, 4 plus 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. Total 9. So how much should you write? How much should you write? Should you write half a page for each answer? Those who do that are going to lose out on time. So don't do that. See the question, what 2 things happened simultaneously? See the instruction on the top. Answer the following questions in your own words as briefly as possible. 2 points, 2 conditions. We never read the top. We start attempting the answer. Don't do it. Read what the question says. The main question says in your own words, and it also says as briefly as possible for 2 marks. Just write 4 to 5 lines maximum, or 3 to 4 lines maximum, 4 to 5 lines. Enough for each answer. The last one carries 3 marks, can be a little more, maybe 2 lines more. That's all. So there are 4 questions and there is this passage for you. Now what I want you to do is, now that I have explained to you how to go about your comprehension passage, I want you to sit, go through the PDF. In case if you are not able to view the PDF file, if you don't have the PDF app in your cell phone, in your mobile, you can go to the council website www.cisce.org. I repeat, www.cisce.org, and from there, by visiting the link for ISC or the button, clicking on the button for ISC, you can go to English and go to sample paper 2019 option and download it. But there also it will be in PDF format. So best is if you are not able to view this file, the PDF file which I am uploading after this video directly in the WhatsApp group, you can always take a screenshot from this video while you play it. But you must complete this comprehension passage now, and you can post the answers in the group after having written the answers, written all the answers and making all the sentences and writing all the synonyms. Please post a picture of the pages. It should not take more than two full-scape pages to finish all this. Please post the picture of these pages in this group so that I can go through and I can see whether you have written or not and whether you have written correctly or not. So thank you very much, and I hope I have been able to make you understand how to attempt the comprehension. Though it seems very simple, you have been doing it for so many years now. Always revise the rules, always keep certain points in mind and then attempt, only then you can score better. So all the best and thank you very much.